Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from John, and here's his story. And this is John Hooper, who's you guys probably see a lot in the comments. Dear Ollie, John Hooper here. I hope you and your girlfriend are well. Wish you all the best. I have deleted my YouTube account, so you will not see any comments from me. As you know, many years ago, I found your channel and you changed my life. Now I am no contact with everyone. New address, new phone number, new email. I'm off any social media. Life is now freedom. However, I struggle with anger and rage about my past. I have a hard time accepting how stupid, how blind, how weak I was. I was not only a victim, but also an enabler. I often wish I could time travel and just walk away 20 years ago. But even more, I wish I could have stood up for myself or someone else. Do you have any advice or comments on that? Many thanks. I talk about this a lot. And yeah, our anger is righteous. And yeah, our anger is ours. And boy, are we owed it. But it also can be, at the same time, can be, like you say, what you're talking about here, it's paralyzing. What stokes the anger and the rage is just that feeling of never getting true justice. That these people abused us all our lives, and yeah, we cut them out. We went no contact with them, and our lives are better for it. But it's still, it's tough because it's tough to have to accept that is our no contact is our revenge, because it is. Because it eats them up. It drives them insane. When they don't have access to us and they can't get access to us, it drives them crazy. But being driven crazy, the problem with that is enjoyable as it is to see them being driven crazy, being driven crazy is just one tiny aspect of the abuse all of us have suffered at their hands. So yeah, they're getting driven nuts. You can see them freaking out and ha ha ha. But their lives aren't destroyed over it. Their finances aren't destroyed over it. Their careers aren't destroyed over it. Usually their good name, quote unquote, good name, isn't destroyed over it because they still have their army of flying monkeys. They still have their army of enablers, which they're going to have, which is why you are no contact from all of those people. Because they're a bunch of fucking they're a bunch of freaking cowards, and they enable it. They're never truly going to suffer what they deserve. Ever. Yeah, a lot of them are going to die alone. A lot of them are never going to see him again, and we'll be able to talk about him, talk crap about him, and tell the truth about him beyond the grave. Is it tit for tat? Is it filling that hole? No. This is why this is abuse. When I say narcissism, narcissistic abuse is the gift that keeps on giving. You know, one of my favorite scenes in a movie is in a movie that a lot of people talk a lot of crap about. And it got panned, and it was a terrible movie, and it's constantly brought up. It's an Ashton Kutcher, The Butterfly Effect, which I personally like. I liked it. I never had a real problem with it. But my favorite scene in the movie is something you're talking about, because what could happen? I remember from what I remember in the movie He wrote down in the diary, or wrote the diary, and then he was able to go back in time to that point. And at one of the times he went back in time, he went back, I think it was like as the 8-year-old kid. And the 8-year-old kid, because it was Eric Stoltz, Eric Stoltz playing the abusive father. The 8-year-old kid just looked up. I remember it looked up as an 8-year-old, but the adult mind at the father. Say, hey, asshole, you touch these kids again, and threatened him. I don't remember the exact thing he said to him, but threatened him in a way where it changed the future. That the kids didn't get abused because he was able to go back at that point. And like, he kept going back, trying to get this thing right. And like, so maybe I could see how the movie got panned a little bit. But all of us wish we could go back and talk to our younger selves. But better yet, what if we could go back? Because your younger self isn't the problem. Your abusers are. The problem is you wouldn't believe you. And I've thought about that. What if I was able to go back and warn myself? I wouldn't believe me. I don't even think I would be able to recognize myself, my older self, as me. I don't. Could you? I doubt it. And most of us were so gaslighted and abused, we wouldn't believe ourselves anyway. We wouldn't believe it. See, by wanting to go back and warn yourself, you're still missing it. You're missing it. You weren't the problem. They were. They were the ones. And that's what I liked about that scene. It was like, hey, asshole, you touched these effing kids again, and like whatever, you threatened him. And it was obvious he was listening to these adult words, and it was obvious that it was adult words coming out of like this little kid, this 6, 7, 8-year-old, however old he was. And it like changed now the movie was messed up and it kept going and going and going. But that scene, that's what would have had, that's what you have to have happen. You can't warn yourself. You can only go back and scare the abuser, scare the narcissist. We're not the problem. They were. You wouldn't have believed yourself. Neither would I. Neither would any of us. So, as far as how do you deal with it? Day by day, man. Every day by day. It sucks. It sucks. But all you could do is continue to focus on your own life and your own happiness and keep trying to move forward. And that's tough. And that's tough in these times. That's real tough in these times. But again, you're still obsessing over yourself. You weren't the abuser. You weren't the one that needed to be confronted. They were. Now, maybe 20 years ago, you're an adult. So maybe you would have walked away. But 20 years ago, John, that's too late. That's too late because you're an adult 20 years ago. You're still in you're in your 20s 20 years ago, I think, at least. You were at least in your 20s 20 years ago. You needed to leave way before that. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for another contribution and story, John. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel here, both my channels on Rumble. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.